that I would definitely do a session on reading comprehension, and I would also show you certain tips and tricks that you can use to finish your work within time. With that in mind, let's start with reading comprehension today. And this is just a quick reminder, the core content area, we would be looking at grammar, vocabulary, reading comprehension, clues test, error spotting, idioms and phrases, sentence rearrangement, and fill in the blanks. But today we are going to only talk about reading comprehension, right? Okay. Now, this was some of the techniques I discussed in my last live session. I remember talking about starting from the bottom up method. Yes, so we were talking about how we should read the question first instead of reading the passage first, and then we can go and look for the answer in the passage. Why? Because that will help us to focus, and that will help us to answer direct questions, right? And it's also very, very time effective. But how? We're going to come to that shortly. The second thing was skim reading, right? So the first time you read the passage, skim read, right? So do not concentrate on things that are not important. And that is the reason it is important to read the questions first. Because if you read the questions first, you can remember the keywords and you can read whatever is there around the keywords. That will help you to focus on what is important. Next, read in chunks. Try to read in chunks. Don't read the entire passage. Read small paragraphs. Try to remember what is there and try to understand the main ideas, right? These are some of the points that we will be discussing today when we do the RC passage together. There are other points that you need to remember, things like try to answer direct and easy questions, try to deep read in case you have an indirect question and highlight, right? Try to improve your vocabulary and stay focused and calm, right? With that in mind, let's try working one RC passage together. Okay? Now, as we said, we're going to follow the bottom-up method, which means what? Which means we're going to read the questions first. Let's move ahead. Read the first question. Why did the government order invoke a fear in the historians? So try to remember some keywords. So we are talking about a government order that invoked fear. That's number one. Next question. Number two. We're looking for a year. When was it declared as an area comprising a protected monument? When was it declared a protected area? So first question, we were looking for a government order. Second question, when was it declared as a protected area? Number three, why is it called a living laboratory? That's your question number three. So a quick memory game, government order, why, when did it become a protected place, and why is it a living laboratory? Okay, next. We're looking for true and false statement, but we're going to come to that later because the next one would be vocabulary. Let's first try to find out the answers of first three questions. Okay, so government order, when did it become a protected monument, and why is it called a living laboratory? Fine, let's start reading. Heritage activists are up in arms against a recent government order, okay, right, that notified only 120 acres of the ancient Buddhist site of Totlakonda as protected area. Earlier, the Buddhist site the government order may lead to commercial exploitation of the heritage site. Remember the keywords: government order, fear. So the answer is somewhere here. Okay, let's go and let's look at the option. So please start screen.
Anything up? Huh?
Hello. Okay, so as I was talking, we are looking for a government order, and to start the slideshow. Yes, and we just ticked the portion from where we can find the answer. So we are talking about a specific government order here, and next we are talking about installing fear in the historian. So we're going to find our answers somewhere here. Okay, so now let's quickly take a look at the question now. The question says, okay, the question says that we are looking for, okay, why did the government order invoke a fear in the historian? So remember the keyword fear. Okay, so what is the reason? The reason is right here. Since we have already marked the area that we are looking at, the answer is somewhere here. See, historians fear that the government order may lead to commercial exploitation of the heritage site. Right? So that's our answer for the first question. See? Number C. Here is our answer. Okay? Let's look at the next one. When was the entire hill of Manga village declared as an area comprising a protected monument? So we are looking for a specific date. Okay, let's again go back to the question. In 1976, during a helicopter survey of the hills by the Indian Navy to set up a naval facility, ruins of the Buddhist site were reported. Subsequently, the entire hill of Manga village was declared as an area comprising a protected monument. Okay, so it was done in 1976. So let's go back. There you go. Now, third question. We're looking for an answer that will explain why the site is a living laboratory. Okay, let's go back to the passage again. Okay, we stopped here. So they found ancient pottery such as stanware, blackware, coins from Satavahana period, Roman coins, labels with Brahmi inscriptions, inscribed chhatra pieces, terracotta glass beads, bangle, stone sculpture remains at the site. We still do not have our answer. The site has been left undisturbed for more than 2000 years since it was last inhabited. And this allowed the flora and fauna of this area to develop naturally. Now it is a living laboratory for biologists, archaeologists, geologists and other scientists. This is because it was left undisturbed for such a long time. Now let's come to the question. Okay, there you go. It was left uninhabited 2000 years ago. And that's the reason this one became C. Cross off E. Okay? Right? Okay. Now, there is another answer here. Now, once upon a time, there was a monastery. Okay? Now, that monastery was also abandoned for some time, but the remains, they provide a rich source of of monuments, of remains for archaeologists. So option D is also valid here. Okay? Yeah. So basically, biologists, geologists and scientists are interested because of A, and archaeologists are interested because of B. Okay? Next question. Which of the following statements are true and false according to the passage? We've already read till here. Okay? Fine, we already read about Satavahana period and Roman coins. We just need to find which one is true. Okay? Fine. One is true, because if you see, we just read this. See, 120 acres. One is true. Option number 1 is true. And what about option number 3? 90 species of birds are found in the Buddhist site. This is incorrect. Our option is B, 1 and 3. Only 90 species of birds are found in the vicinity of the Buddhist site. Let's go and take a look. There you go. Okay. So here our answer is option 1 is correct and 3 is correct. 90 species of birds and only 120 acres of ancient Buddhist site of Totlakunda is protected area. Now let's come to the vocabulary. Which of the following is not a synonym? Not a synonym. We are looking for words that don't mean the same. They mean the opposite, right? Repository. What does the word repository mean? Any idea? Let's read the passage and see if we can find out the meaning. It is in bold. Okay? If you go back to the passage, you will see. According to the Global Bird Repository, eBird, which pools data, so it is some sort of a storehouse. Okay? That we can understand. It's some sort of a storehouse. Repository means some sort of a storehouse. Now, what option do we have here? Depository, vault, stockroom, depot and dungeon. Okay? Now, if you see, except dungeon, others, they all mean a place where you can store things. Okay? So, it can be a place for storing for safety. It can be a place where you store your office goods and stationery. It can be a place where you store your vehicles, trams and buses, for example, the depot. Okay? Except dungeon, you don't store anything in a dungeon. That is not the same. So that is our answer. Option E. And now you have our last question. Which of the following words mean the same as the word inscription? Craving. Craving for ice cream. You want to eat something. It doesn't mean inscription. Cratering. Crater means a huge hole. Okay, so that cannot mean. Creating. Not really. You can create an inscription. You can make an inscription, but creating doesn't mean the same here. Carving. That's exactly it is. You carve an inscription on a stone wall, right? So carving is our answer here. Okay? The word inscription means words that are written or cut in something. The word carving means a shape or pattern cut into wood or stone, or the skill of doing this. Okay? I hope you liked the technique of reading the questions first, looking for the keywords, then going back to the passage and trying to answer the question. by remembering the keyword. Hope you're going to use this technique off and on, and it's just a small part of your entire preparation. Your preparation is much more than that, but this trick is going to help you when it comes to time management, because believe me, reading comprehension for NABARD is not very difficult. It's perfectly achievable, and you can do it. Thank you so much. There were some technical glitches today, and in spite of everything, you stayed on and you interacted and participated. Thank you so much for being so patient. Thank you, and I'll be back very soon with another video. Thanks for watching.